Tyger! Tyger! Somebody was trying to murder Tigger and he knew he had to run. It wasn't his fault. He had just slipped out of their apartment when Mommy wasn't looking and had bounced up and down the bleak gray corridors which all looked like each other. He had grown tall enough to twist the lock and turn the handle, and Mommy hadn't noticed yet. And now she hadn't noticed he was gone. Tigger bounced up and down the corridor, his bright shock of orangey-red hair waving with his movement, and then he was thirsty. He had tried a door, and it swung open, so obviously, curiously, he went in. He saw someone holding a red cushion over the face of a woman lying on the floor. He saw her legs moving and then go still. Her shoes were not like Mommy's shoes. Then the person looked up and saw Tigger watching. Tigger turned and ran. Tigger loved running, though not as much as bouncing, and now he wasn't bouncing, just running very, very fast. He knew the murderer was coming after him, because of how he had looked. Tigger had seen the murderer before, coming in and out of the apartment building. Once he had said hi to Mommy and Tigger. The woman on the floor had been with him. She had said hi too. Tigger ran down the corridor. He didn't know what the word for murderer was, but he knew the murderer was coming after him. He even thought he heard a call Tigger. Stop. Tigger wasn't sure if the murderer would know he was called Tigger, and he didn't stop. He followed the red exit signs, even though he couldn't read, he knew they pointed the way out, and then he was outside, in the wet windy gray spring outdoors, the stuffy smell of the apartment corridors behind him. He breathed the damp air deeply, but then he saw the big glass doors of the building swing open, and he knew it was the murderer. He began running again, his orange-red hair flaming like a beacon against the wet gray buildings and street. Stop. Nobody seemed to think it strange that a little boy who was just tall enough to turn a lock and handle was running through the streets, or that a murderer was chasing him. Tigger was getting tired, and saw a kind of dip or opening in a concrete wall covered with graffitis of cats and other strange and marvelous designs. He dodged inside, stumbling over a pile of cloths and blankets and bottles. And a man, who stared at Tigger, his eyes wide. "Hey!